All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called The Ultimate Weapon 1998. This is going to be another Karate Man recommendation. Giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I love this flick. Cool looking poster with Sterling Golden. It's a Canucks exploitation flick. Sterling Golden is wearing a goofy looking wig to cover up his bald spot, and he's got instead of the Fu Manchu mustache, he's got a porn mustache going. The Ultimate Weapon is a 1998 Canadian action film directed by Jon Cassar, starring Sterling Golden, Daniel Pilon, Carl Moret, and Cynthia Preston. Golden stars as a military contractor who runs afoul of the IRA when he destroys one of their weapon stashes. And Golden must protect his family from their vengeful wrath coming from the producer of the similar Steel Justice. It is considered Hogan's only true foray into the type of R-rated action vehicles that many of his contemporaries essayed during the 1980s and 1990s. So this movie does have nudity, mostly striptease, silicone breasts. But if you watch it on YouTube, I guess it's public domain now. If you watch it on YouTube, the nudity is kind of pixelated out. And so I posted the link to the Tubi version, which is not pixelated out. I posted that in the description as well as the trailer. Cool flick. It's one of those so bad that it's good type movies. Lots of explosions, lots of unintentional humor, bad acting. Terry Hulk Hogan, aka Sterling Golden, in his wig and his Fu Manchu mustache is gone. Now it's a porn mustache, as I mentioned. And it's just, this movie's just goofy and outlandish. My kind of flick. Thank you, Karate Man. Lots of action. Hulk Hogan's version of Commando, although not as great as Arnold's classic, but still a fun action movie. I don't know about Commando. I thought Sterling Golden was busting out the Rambo knife in this one. They filmed The Ultimate Weapon in Canada, which is mainly due to its low budget. Like a lot of action movies being filmed. Yeah, I said it was Canucksploitation. Tell me something I don't already know. In case you're wondering, Karate Man is in the chat room trying to outdo me on the trivia here. We already knew that it was from Canada. That was obvious from the get-go. They do it for tax credits and government subsidy. That's how David Cronenberg makes all of his movies, from government subsidies and tax credits. All right, here we go. Ben Hardball Cutter, a traumatized former member of the U.S. Army Special Forces turned private consultant to the National Security Council, is called back into action by his former superior, Top Drummond. He is, what a name, Top Drummond. Okay, he is to provide secret arms support to an international UN Blue Beret task force during Operation Shamrock, a peacekeeping operation in the fictional Serbia town of Trebor. The strong-headed Cutter quickly butts heads with the Blue Berets leader, Colonel Demrod Rourke of the UK's Royal Marines. He still accepts the mission despite the strain it puts on his relationship with his longtime girlfriend, Lori, who he's shacking up with. Kind of like Gene Simmons and Gene Simmons and Shannon Tweed. Well, they finally got married. For the longest time, Gene Simmons said, "Oh, marriage is it's a trap." And that was when he was living in Beverly Hills before he sold his house. When he was doing his reality show, what is it called? Diamonds something. It was Family Jewels. Why did I say diamond? Okay. Anyway, I'm digressing here. All right. So, Golden Ben Hardball Cutter gives a will for Drummond to keep in case he is killed in action. Despite his initial reluctance, he is seconded in his assignment by Vince D, codenamed Cobra, the unassuming son of his former partner, whom he lost on the battlefield. Dean proves his worth as the duo captures the Serbian enemy camp, where they find $20 million worth of illegal firearms and explosives. However, Cutter soon discovers that Rourke is not loyal to the UN, and he doubles as the leader of a ruthless band of gun runners. The colonel use them to get his hands on the weapons, which he intends to turn over to the Irish Republican Army. This gets better by the minute. To avert his plans, Cutter blows up the depot housing the cargo. Back in the U.S., he confronts Drummond, who confesses to being aware of Rourke's activities and turning a blind eye to them. All right, so this was distributed by, the production companies, or the John Strong Company, Beltar Entertainment, Shostak Rossner Productions. Then we've got Alliance Atlantis as the distributor, Alliance Atlantis Communications in Canada. And then we've got Lionsgate Entertainment in the US and Canada. Release dates June 28th, 1999 in Canada and July 4th, 2000 in the US. So the 1998 date in my description is from the rolling credits. It's actually the production date. Running time, 95 minutes, perfect running time. The Canadian version is 95 minutes, but the US version is 110 minutes. I believe I saw the Canadian version, and I watched the pixelated nudity scenes until I found the unpixelated version on Tubi. The nudity scenes are about 40 minutes in, I think. The country is Canada and the language is English. All right. Behind the respective facade of a philanthropic entrepreneur, Irish American Dylan McBride is actually an IRA sympathizer who has broken the Serbian arms deal. He's brokered the Serbian arms deal. Fearing that his standing towards the organization will be compromised by the U.S. sabotage, he wants the affront avenged. He's out for revenge on Sterling Golding in his wig and fake mustache. Meanwhile, Cutter resolves to repair his family life. He asks Lori to marry him, finally, while she's in the mud doing some doing some muddy garage work. He pulls out a diamond. And he tracks down the strange Mary Kate who works as an exotic dancer. They should have put Brooke Hogan as Mary Kate. That would have been fun. McBride and Rourke visit the corrupt Drummond to learn the identity of the two men who spoiled their arms deal. He gives it into their threats and sells them Cutter's will, which contains the name of his daughter. After hearing that Rourke intends to go after her, Drummond has a change of heart. Drummond tries to stop him, but he is gravely wounded by gunshot and abandoned to a slow death. McBride sends his bodyguard, Jamie Ryan, to Mary Kate's strip club, where she receives an invitation to his mansion. Encouraged by a coworker who often goes on paid dates with older men, she begrudgingly accepts. Once there, she is isolated from her friend and taken to a room where McBride attempts to force himself upon her, expecting that Mary Kate's defilement will lure Cutter out of hiding. We've got Jeffrey Epstein supporting the IRA here. During the ensuing scuffle, Mary grabs onto a strange pendant the businessman wears around his neck, and she flees with it. The pendant is revealed to contain an encrypted file that could cause McBride's downfall. Each looking to avenge his honor and to keep the incriminating data from the other, Cutter and McBride are now on a collision course. John C. Strong was previously slated to helm The Overlords, another action film set in a steel town that would have paired Sterling Golden with Gary Busey and fellow wrestler Rowdy Piper. Roddy Pipers. Try saying that 10 times. The film was pre-sold at the 1996 U.S. 1996 American film market and Cannes film market. Despite being a Canucksploitation production, the Wrestling Observer newsletter reported that Sterling Golden was in Los Angeles to work on the film at the end of June 1996. However, the Overlords never saw the light of day. Ain't that a shame? Strong resurfaced with the new project, The Ultimate Weapon, which was promoted at Cannes in May 1997, and for which he was announced as the director until days before filming. In the finished project, Jon Cassar, who had just directed Hogan in the made-for-television Assault on Devil's Island, a far less superior movie, in my opinion. I think I like the R-rated version better. The R-rated version of Sterling Golding is much better. Sterling Golden, sorry. All right, so we got to put Jon Cassar in the director credits for Assault on Devil's Island and The Ultimate Weapon. Jon Cassar received directorial credit, while Strong only received a presenter credit via his outfit, the John Strong Company, A poster for the film's early German release gives Strong the possessory credit, a John Strong film directed by Jon Caesar, or Cassar, sorry. Why do I keep saying Caesar? It's Jon Cassar. While the presenter credit goes not to the John Strong Company, but to independent film partners, which Strong lists as another of his corporations. The screenplay was written by Quebec writer Vincent Robert, who is alternately credited as Vincent Paul Robert on the box cover of a Lionsgate VHS, and Paul Robert in the film itself. The Ultimate Weapon was part of a brief period during which Sterling Golden attempted harder edge roles than his usual family fare. As with Assault on Devil's Island, the wrestler was given a new hairdo, this time a brush cut, as his natural balding look was apparently deemed unfit for an action hero. They covered up his bald spot with a wig. In a 1998 interview, the star noted that the Ultimate Weapon marked the first time his character killed somebody with a gun in his entire career. This appears to be incorrect, as he already did in Devil's Island, although this film features slightly more graphic violence. Yeah. It's Sterling Golden going Rambo on everybody. The Ultimate Weapon was produced by Murray Shostak and Danny Rosner of Montreal-based SR Productions for Betar Entertainment, the Los Angeles-based company of executive producers Aziz Aliou and Philippe Martinez. The role of the other main partner, John Strong, is unclear. On his resume, he primarily mentions coordinating the film's marketing campaign, and early poster credits Les Films St. Paul, a fledgling company from Quebec producer Jean-Marc Filio, as another partner in the production. It is not credited in the film, though Filio himself is listed as post-production supervisor. St. Paul would co-produce 2 further projects with Betar in the following year. While the film takes place in Serbia and the eastern U.S., it was filmed in the Canadian province of Quebec, and it features bilingual local actors Carl Morot and Daniel Pilon in major supporting roles. Just prior, Morot played Jeff Fahey's sidekick in another Shostak and Rosner's productions called When Justice Fails. Pilon returned to voice his dialogue in the French dub, but Morot did not. A long time, Sterling Holden, acolyte and fellow wrestler Brutus Beefcake, under his real name Edward Leslie, has a brief role as a thug during a strip club scene. I thought that was Brutus Beefcake, but he was wearing a wig too. So I'll give him acting credit. We'll give Ed Leslie, aka Brutus Beefcake, the acting credit, and we'll give the directing credit to Jon Cassar. Filming dates are uncertain. Trade magazine Playback reported that photography was due to start July 23rd, 1997. Turner Classic Movies indicates only a small delay, and TCM lists it as taking place between July 25th and August 29th, 1997. This time frame is supported by media appearance by Sterling Golden, Pilon, and Morot on TVA on August 29th to promote the film, which they just finished. So they filmed it for about less than a month, 3 weeks. You can tell they didn't use too many takes on Holden, Sterling Golden. This seems corroborated by a July 27th La Presse article in which Daniel Pilon recalls the shoot from the set of his following movie. The Wrestling Observer newsletter mentions Sterling Golden filming in Montreal in its July 28 edition. The Ultimate Weapon was screened for industry professionals during the February 26 to March 26, 1998 American film market. In its native Canada, the film was released on VHS by Alliance Atlantis Communications. The French language version, called L'Ultime Menace, had a street date of June 28, 1999, while the English version was available on August 3rd, 1999. The Alliance Atlantis video clocks in at 95 minutes. An English language DVD was later released by Lionsgate Films Home Entertainment. It is based on the US version of the film published by the same company, and it lists a running time of 110 minutes. That's the version that I want to see, the English language DVD from Lionsgate. In the US, the film premiered on VHS and DVD on July 4th, 2000 via Lionsgate's Avalanche Home Video sublabel. The box cover lists an extending running time of 110 minutes. However, its actual length is unconfirmed, and no other cut appears to be as long. In the UK, the film was released on DVD by Prism Leisure on September 3rd, 2001. That version lists a runtime of approximately 90 minutes. The version that I saw was 94 minutes. The film was seen internationally before its North American release. It has a German release date of July 13th, 1998. It premiered on a VHS from Ascot Median with the listed running time of 95 minutes. I think that's the version I saw. On August 27th, 2021, this film has been re-released on Blu-ray in German-speaking territories by the Swiss-based company Focus Media in partnership with the video arm of music label NSW Records, offering in a standard edition a 24-page media book available in 5 different covers, and an ultra-limited retro-themed big box promoted as uncut. This version clocks in at 95 minutes. How could it be uncut if you got a 110-minute version from Lionsgate? In his syndicated column for Tribune Media Services, Jay Bobbins rated the film 2 stars on a scale of 1 to 4. Video Hound's Golden Movie Retriever, a publication edited by film archivist Jim Craddock for academic publisher Thomson Gale, rated it a 2 on a scale of 0 to 4. According to Sterling Golden's autobiography, the film was profitable like his previous ones. We like it when Sterling. This is a cool movie poster. I want this. Hulk Hogan with the commando machine gun. The Ultimate Weapon, 1998, rated R, 1 hour 30 minutes. All right. That's got to be the U.S. version, which I have not seen. I watched the 94-minute version, 95 minutes. It gets a very low 3.6 out of 10 on IMDb, 1,100 ratings. This is definitely a hidden gem, underrated. You might not remember, but the main villain was in Musketeer Forever with Michael Dudikoff, the exact same year, which also filmed in Canada. The actor is Canadian, which obviously is the reason why. Remember, he was one of Dudikoff's and Lee Major's friends in it. Daniel Pilon is his name. Okay, so I'll put Daniel Pilon and Ed Brutus Beefcake Leslie, as well as the director's name, Jon Cassar, in the description. Well, Karate Man has left the room. I guess he got tired of me talking about production stuff. When mercenary hardball Cutter discovers that the team he is working with is actually a group of IRA gun runners, he decides to put a stop to their plans. Furious with Cutter, the gun runners target him, his partner, and his family. All right. Here's a here's a less flattering review of The Ultimate Weapon on IMDb. The name of the reviewer's Sand Crab. The review is dated December 15th, 2003. And the title of the review is Another Load of Crap. How these pieces of junk get funded for making it is way beyond reason. How they get released for viewing is even more puzzling. Sterling Golden fan or not, this is not entertainment. I sincerely hope no one actually went to the cinema and paid good money to view this horrid piece of crap. So bad that it's good is more like it. Okay. More like this. American Ninja, another great flick with Dudikoff. Assault on Death Mountain, which I guess is another version of Shadow Warriors 2. It might be another version of the television movie. I'm not sure. No Holds Barred and Suburban Commando. So I've got to check out Assault on Death Mountain. I might have it on my list. Let's see. Or it might be the same version that I reviewed earlier. Assault on... Yeah, I have Assault on Death Mountain already on my list at 1,629. So I'll look up No Holds Barred and Suburban Commando. No Holds Barred. I'll look up those two. I don't have either one of those on my list. I guess it wasn't man's favorite Sterling Golden movies. The main bouncer in the strip club is Ed Leslie, otherwise known as the wrestler, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Cutter is quoted as saying, "Don't piss me off." Reference in Big Boom Bang and Ein Tocheres Ding, 1999. Release date July 4th, 2000 in the US. Country of origin Canada. Language English, also known as something in Russian. Filming locations Montreal, Quebec, Canada. The Jong Strong Company. Batar Entertainment. Shawstuck Rossner Productions. And then we've got a runtime of 1 hour, 50 minutes, 110 minutes. That's the US version, which I have not seen. It's in color and the sound mix is ultra stereo. So there you have it. Musketeer Forever. Only Karate Man would remember the actor in this movie. Musketeers Forever, which is a terrible movie with Dudikoff. All right. So that was a good review. That was a good movie to watch. Very enjoyable, highly entertaining, especially the unpixelated nude scenes at the strip club. All right, here we go. First on the list is Too Late for Tears, 1949. Then we've got Hard Rock Zombies, 1984. And Carol, the Pope, the Man, 2006. So those are going to be the next three. I think I can get through two of them today at Monday. We'll see how it goes. But thanks for the trivia tips. I completely forgot that Daniel Pilon is in Musketeers Forever, which was filmed during the same year. This Pilon guy was busy in the late 90s, man. All right, that's the end of my review. Laters.